This is February 28th, 2020. We're just asking coronavirus, what is your relationship to humanity and what is it that you want? Wolf is answering.
My intent and probably purpose is to show humanity boundary. I'm specifically not saying a boundary, but boundary. I have a territory. I have a relationship. And that is, for example, bats. My relationship is not a relationship of hate or destruction. Because as in the relationship of a victim with the lion, there's that story about the man who got nailed by a lion and found while he was being chewed on a deep peace enveloping him. Okay? Mm-hmm. So my relationship to these creatures that I interact with is not one of hate or destruction. It's a relationship. And that in itself has a quality that's beyond adjectives. I want nothing of humans. Absolutely nothing. I mean, if I think of what my intent is toward humans, I draw a blank. I want nothing. What happens is that humans disrupt the relationship. What happens after that is that into that vacuum that I was trying to explain, it's funny to explain a vacuum, my characteristics get sucked into that vacuum turbocharged, right? If you imagine like a space capsule and you blow a hole in it, everything gets sucked at high speed, high pressure. These characteristics of mine get sucked into that vacuum of where I shouldn't be, where humanity, human stupidity should not have exported me or imported me in that sense. Mm-hmm. Imported me. Mm-hmm. Out of their ignorance, out of their unwillingness to respect boundaries. So I have no game plan. I'm as uncomfortable in that vacuum I don't want to be there. Mm. But there is no game plan. There is not even now a willingness or awareness of creating a relationship with me. You know, the least I could expect after being sucked into that vacuum that I'm acknowledged as something to have a relationship with. Co-responsible, talk to me, receive me, instead of just trying to manage something, mismanage, lie about, the individual people who are affected by the symptoms that are created by me in that vacuum. I mean, I always have to preface it. This is not a desired relationship on anyone's part. I'm not some kind of animal that wants to trump and devour and get fat on all the people I make sick and kill. Mm. That's not whatsoever my intent, my purpose, any game plan on that, in that way. My I almost said excursion, but that's not an excursion, into that vacuum is not something I want, but at least acknowledge my being more than it.
Yeah. You know. And that's what we're doing, coronavirus. That's why we're talking to you now. And appreciate this information very much. You are not our enemy. You are your own being, or within your own bounds, and we acknowledge that right here and now. We acknowledge that. And we appreciate that. And we would like to know what we can do, the two of us, and others can do to remedy this in a good way for you and for us. Is there something we can do?
A change of attitude, essentially. Acknowledge exactly what you just acknowledged, not an antagonistic relationship. Teach people that it is a matter of boundaries, that it is a matter of I don't want to be there. I don't have a strategy. I have nothing to gain. I'm not an enemy. I shouldn't be here. Should, as in quote. You know. Mm-hmm. It is not my consciousness is not designed to be where I am, to cause what my characteristics cause. I'm specifically saying not what I cause. However, having said all that, if given the quote assignment, you may say, of having my characteristics cause what they cause, to try and teach, or I've almost said teach humanity, which it's too flat. It's allow humanity to evolve into a consciousness, which so far none of the preceding catastrophes have managed. I accept the part. You know. It sounds ambivalent because it is ambivalent. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah.
So what do I want? Acknowledge boundaries. You know, acknowledge what happens between animals and humans, and meat production and monocultures. This is all the same boundary that's being trashed.
So
relationship. You know, instead of violating boundaries, disregarding sentient character, right, of all this nature and what, you know, you screw up nature, you're done. So that's the opposite. Awareness needs to evolve. That's basically it.
So we need to respect the natural boundaries. We need to respect the fact that relationship is created by boundaries. We need to respect the relationship, and we do respect you and where your natural place is, and we will do what we can to communicate that to others. So
Thank you. That's the best you can do.